Over 1 million calls to police services call centres have been unsuccessful or dropped in the last 3 years. How worrying is that? It's due to the call centres being severely understaffed. Police Minister Jakkie Cilliers has revealed the centres are currently, listen to this, currently operating at only 40% capacity. So what impact is it going to have on the fight against crime? Well, that's a huge question. Policing and crime expert Jakkie Cilliers joining us this morning from ISS. Jakkie, good to have you on the show. I always appreciate your time. How did we get down to 40%? How do you think that happened? Good morning.
Good morning, and apologies for my appearance. I'm at the gym. But, I mean, it's a broader problem of that the police system is, in a sense, being downgraded through bad management over many years. So the call center debacle is just one example of a wider malaise within the police. And it has a lot to do with basic lack of management, almost of the basics. So what the police responses are, and we heard many promises again on the January the 8th statement, is that they're going to provide more policemen and women, spend more money. But in actual fact, what they have to do is to really prioritize making the police system work, because having a working police system is vitally important if you want people to report police and report something and expect something through the call center to then elicit a reaction. Police calls to the police are not working, partly because the policing system is partly broken.
So who starts to fix this? Is it the police minister? Is it the president? I mean, how up the food chain do we need to go here, do you think?
Well, we've had a good start in the sense that a degree of stability has been brought to the top ranks of the police. That's very important. We also have a situation where the president, who is, after all, our chief executive, has a broader support base within the ANC. So hopefully, with the coming cabinet reshuffle, we'll see some action. But it is really an entire policing system that needs to be sorted out. There are challenges that range from discipline to the allocation of police resources. You can just look at how much the police spend on VIP protection versus detectives and other issues to see that, in a sense, it's back to basics for the police. And we hope that the president has made the same noises he's made before in terms of spending more money, more boots on the ground. But it's really prioritization and, in a sense, back to basics that will solve these issues.
Let's just refocus once again on the call centres itself, Jakkie. I think everyone knows 10-111, and that's the first number I think most of us will think of calling if there was a problem. We don't need to have, forgive the ignorance, maybe we do. Do we need to have high-end experts working in something like a policing call centre? Surely with our unemployment rate in the country, we can fast-track any kind of training that's needed and get that back to 100%?
Yes, we can. But if you have a fully staffed police calling center, but the police system itself is not able to respond, you're not going to achieve anything. So the call center needs to be fixed, but the police response system also needs to be fixed. So it's a wider problem. It simply reflects the broader problems that we have within policing. In actual fact, with the entire security system that has broken down, and that became most evidence, of course, with the violence in July of 2021 around Jacob Zuma's incarceration.
And do you think it's something that we could get fixed, say, this year, as in 2023? Because I know last year we had 10,000 new police recruits coming online and more boots on the ground. Is that something we can fix this year with these call centres, or are we going to have to kick the tin a bit further down the road again?
I don't think it's something that can be fixed in the short term. Yes, we can staff the call centres. I think it needs a bit more training than what you imply. But the response system of the police also needs to work. So when you put in a call, somebody has to react. It has to be put through to the right place. And the police need vehicles, they need staff that are able to react. And all of this has been suffering from poor management and neglect that goes back to the appointment of Jakkie Cilliers as National Police Commissioner, who really specialized in breaking the police. And there are many other problems that have to be addressed. The decentralization of policing functions, prioritization of the forensic units, firearms, and so on and so forth. So we sit with a police that requires a lot of TLC, and that goes across the entire policing system. It's not only the call system, and fixing the call systems itself, while important, will in itself not resolve the broader policing, safety and security problem.
Jakkie, I'll just ask you a last question as well. I appreciate you stopping Jim to talk to me. We're hearing rumors, of course, and it's not a political question, it's a SAPS leadership question. If there was a reshuffle, is it time for a new Minister of Police?
I believe so, but that, of course, is the prerogative of the president. And the problem for him is that he has very limited representation from KwaZulu-Natal. But I think we're all expecting a cabinet reshuffle. Let's hope for a smaller, competent cabinet, because the main problem within South Africa is really that the ANC does not believe in evidence. It is driven by ideology when it comes to policing and almost every other aspect of South Africa. And that's reflected by the number of commissions and inquiries that we've had, none of which have been implemented. So let's hope for some changes. What we do have is at least is a police minister that seems to be on cordial relationship with the national commissioner. That already is a step in the right direction, but much more needs to be done to bring stability to the top leadership of SAPS, and then to support them in the basic management of the police, because in a sense it's very often the basics that are problematic at the moment.
To get the basics wrong, everything else falls apart from the top. Jakkie, great to talk to you. I appreciate your time. Crime and policing expert, and from the Institute for Security Studies, Jakkie Cilliers, joining us here on eNCA this morning. So it's not a short-term fix, it doesn't look like, but hopefully moving in the right direction. Jakkie, thank you once again.